Alright, welcome back to Eternal Lies. You tried it before.
Only took us 5 goes.
Hey, that's all on me. It's fine.
6.
No, it's mostly on us, let's be honest, Ray.
We were interrupting you quite frequently.
Yeah. Alright, so, last week, you went slightly insane. But you were mostly successful.
None of us actually lost sanity.
Yeah, but a lot of you took stupidity hits.
Big ones.
Yeah. Got into negative
All
stability.
but one of us are still in the positives.
Yeah. This is going to be fun for Carson.
Oh, I actually was missing stability from when I was messing around with that stuff. Have I regained any since then, or?
No, probably
No,
not.
you've not had a chance to refresh any stability.
We're just glad that you weren't anywhere near the thing when it was happening.
Well, I'm still on half stability then, so...
Yeah. So,
anyway,
we've given Castle a quick catch-up, entered the area, stole the stuff, saw the thing, knocked out the cultist, killed some more cultists, then ran. And really, we've got to pick up with there, because, what was your long-term plan?
I don't think there was one.
Yeah, we don't really plan that far ahead.
The long-term plan was go in, find whatever information. We have 2 baggies full of ancient occult texts. We have in the boot a cult leader and and right now a fervent desire for high explosives.
I can probably help with that one.
Because it turns out that the cult leader has a big old mouthy maw down there where they got their nectar from. And do we give a shit about the people who are currently fornicating in front of their votive idol? Yay, nay?
Can they be helped?
I don't have enough bullets.
Yes, you do.
I don't have a gun.
Oh, right.
You can
You have a gun.
You are crazy.
How have you gotten this far without having a gun?
He punches people.
I punch people.
I don't have a gun either.
So
I have guns for all of you. Don't worry about
I'm gonna miss the detective this session, aren't I?
A lot.
Yes, you are. The detective is off somewhere else, using his cop talk to at least forego law enforcement from coming from the several gunshots heard at this high what do you call it, mansion place?
It's quite remote.
No, it's in the middle of the upper class area.
So yeah, we have
spoke to the gardener next door.
So we have a very short amount of time to need to make a very decent amount of explosives to at least collapse the house into the basement.
Okay, well, step 1, do we have a spare can of petrol in the car?
I can use.
Oh, I'm not actually going to miss the detective after all.
Yeah.
Can I roll preparedness for that, Gray?
Yes.
Since it's a general skill, what's the threshold? Would you say?
I don't have to tell you.
Okay.
If not, you can steal some from that guy. He's got plenty.
Well, then I'm adding 3 to this roll then. 5?
Yep, you have a kind of spare kind of fuel.
All right.
So that there's bags of fertilizer.
Yes. So inside there is an apiary. I'm sure there's a conservatory.
No, hello.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh God.
Oh yes, sorry. I also have.
Mic a bit.
Sorry, I also have a brand new headset and microphone, so it's a new setup.
I've turned you down from 190%.
Yes, ditto here.
I had him on 200.
He was full 200 for mine.
In my defense, then, if you guys have me at 200,
back to 100 you go.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, so we're just bringing the good Dr. Herbert West up to date, and we have pulled out.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, he's he's literally a doctor. He's Dr. Herbert West.
Dr. Herbert.
Doctorates in
being medical doctor.
No, I don't know if the original one was.
No, he had a doctorate.
Just letting the detective know we're bringing the place down. A good detective. Is that okay with you? You wish to help?
Sorry, that came past rather quickly. Could you say it again?
We're currently
burning the place down. Do you want to help?
Oh, yes.
I can't remember. Did you see what was in the basement?
Yeah, I was one of the first people in.
Okay. It was a week ago.
There's a
He's the
reason why I'm
one
on
who-
stability 1.
Yeah, he's the one who was more affected by the orgy than by the giant mouth.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. I mean, to be
Now
fair, that was only because I spent all but one of my stability to not be affected by the giant mouth. Because I sort of assumed, hey, it's a decent stability test. I could probably beat an orgy on a 4+. Apparently not.
Whoops.
I think I could beat an orgy on 4+.
It's what those
So-
it's what those jackers and flappers are up to.
Overheard in the newsroom.
Less
Mhm.
less worried about giant gaping eldritch mouth, more worried about the degradation of the standards of society.
Definitely a cop.
Yep. I know you can't use it as an episode title, Gray, but I wish you could.
But anyway, so dealing with pulling our preparedness rolls together.
So remind me, did we actually drop the guy off?
Nope, he's still in the back of the trunk.
We
We
should
haven't
probably
left.
drop the guy off.
we haven't left yet.
Yeah, you got to the car. And
We've got to deal with this problem before we go.
We knocked him out. He's currently trussed up and in the trunk of the car.
So we have a can of petrol. We have bags of fertilizer. Did any of the cultists have guns?
They had
Yes, all the
yeah.
cultists have guns.
Okay, so that means we can take the gunpowder from their bullets.
It's a bit of work.
I mean, how are you planning to get it out? Because I don't know if you know this, but getting the gunpowder out of a bullet is actually quite difficult.
I mean, didn't they
I'm
have
sure
shotguns?
somebody has the ability to do so.
Well,
Bruce,
the
do I
thing
have
is,
that powder horn from when I went black powder hunting?
it's less
Gray,
a
how many
matter
preparedness
of,
for that?
That'd
It's
be
less
quite
a
few.
matter of the ability to do it, and more the fact that the bullets are in there tight enough that you need like specialized equipment to get them out.
Anyway, this is
Oh,
where we
sure.
this is where we spend and roll preparedness for. So you're going to say you're going to have a black powder horn on you.
Yeah, I have a horn of black powder.
Okay, well then
Greg.
we have everything. I suspect we have
that'd be
everything to
about
make the
2,
bomb
I think.
itself.
The
We
thing
now
about preparedness is that it's a general skill and actually a roll, Terran. So you need to roll that.
Okay.
So
wait. Good. You say it was a spend or a roll?
It's going to be a roll, let's say.
yeah.
You just make it.
With a 6.
But that's it, you don't have to make it.
Well, so we have the fertilizer, we have the gunpowder, we have the petrol.
Yeah.
We have everything to make the bomb itself. We now just need a delivery method. How do you get down into the basement?
Down
You
the
take the
stairs.
stairs.
So there isn't like a handy ramp.
There is barrels of wine in the stairs, though.
Right, you might want to bring the map up.
I'm
at this
bringing the
point.
map up.
How
Probably
about
coal as well.
how about we go and we empty a barrel of the wine and then we put all our ingredients in the barrel. And we
You
make
just
it a
want to get
barrel bomb.
drunk, don't you?
I don't think that mixture of stuff is okay. Now, not actually speaking as an explosives person, I don't think any of that is actually explosive on its own. So in
No,
theory, we could roll it towards the thing with a fuse attached.
I mean, there is sort of the issue of, do you see that box there in the cellar?
Mhm.
That's
Not
where we
entirely,
gotta get it.
because
Drag
Which
it
is-
down.
which one is the cellar?
The very
Big
bottom.
blue arrow
The
pointing at
bottom, the one that says cellar.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, the thing is, I can. I'm gonna. Gray, how much would it cost me to roll having a second thing of petrol, just to petrol the rest of the house as well?
I think if you bought petrol, you've got lots of petrol.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
But also, the explosion should set the house on fire. That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, also, what's in the real quick, Gray? Is it possible to check what's in the carriage house?
A bunch of swarthy Mexicans. Let's not.
I thought we already swarthy the Mexicans.
Only a few of them.
Oh, probably just more swarthy Mexicans in the carriage. Okay.
I assume there's a near infinite supply.
Okay, can we repurpose a barrel into the bomb housing?
He probably has 10 points of preparedness on swarthy Mexicans.
You
The
can
issue
probably
is
find.
then we're
Yeah,
gonna
if you
have
empty out a
to-
wine barrel, yeah, you can probably pack it with what you've got.
What's
The
the
issue
issue?
is, how are we going to empty a wine barrel?
Onto the ground.
You take
No,
a
it's just-
Stairs.
Yeah, you tap it, or you take one that's already been tapped, and you pour the stuff out, and who cares where
No.
the wine goes?
Who cares where the what?
We are trying to blow up an eldritch horror. We have slightly bigger fish to fry right this second.
It
There
isn't
are
like it's good
grains.
quality wine.
The wine could go down,
Look,
and that's all we need to worry about.
Look, Mattia, Professor will go, I have a solution. And he
You
goes
cannot drink all of it.
gulp, gulp, gulp,
And
gulp.
live.
No.
Gulp.
Okay, well, that's this got taken out of the rest of the game.
How much,
He's already
how
at -15.
much stun does he take as a result of that, Gray?
Not my,
More
like
importantly,
point out
do you
that-
get any stability back?
If we're getting
Takes the
drunk.
liver,
No.
sir. He takes the liver cirrhosis
I would
trait.
just like to point out that
Blackout drunk.
insufficient quantities. Wine
Look,
fumes
I'll
can
leave it to
actually
you
be quite
guys.
dangerous.
I'm just gonna go up and sit and sleep and take a nap in the car. Talk to you later.
Sorry, the blade of what did you say?
Insufficient quantities, wine fumes can actually be pretty dangerous.
Well,
Oh, okay, well then pour it into the cellar.
Yeah, I'm good for that. Maybe some
Yeah,
of it will. Maybe it'll get the mouth drunk.
tap every keg and just
Well, I mean,
pour it
it'll
out.
put the mouth drunk, and like he says, the alcohol fumes from the stuff giving off will help the explosion.
Oh yeah.
oh no, I meant like you'll get blind drunk off of them.
Okay, well,
As it turns out, alcohol fumes are actually really good at getting you drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, just tap every. Well, here's the thing: if we're trying to make an explosion, just tap every keg, pour them onto the floor. Get our petrol bomb ready to go. Light a have a long enough thing, and just make sure we're all far enough away.
well, look, wine on itself won't burn.
Yeah, but wine. We're talking about alcohol fumes.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes a while.
I mean,
We're also planning to build one big. Have you build a giant bomb,
Yeah, sure. Okay,
which will.
so we
burn
have the
fine.
we have the ingredients, we have the delivery method. What else is the problem?
nothing.
Aim.
No, we neutralized every problem thus far. I guess whatever problem would
Right.
happen with Gray throws at us.
We should
It's
probably
this big
explain to
thing
you
in the
what
cellar
total
with arrows pointing at it.
situation- We should probably explain to you what the total situation is. There are 2 hidden doors that'll lead into this room. Neither of them is directly looking on the thing we want to blow up, and there's a lot of people in there.
I have an
Yeah, but
idea.
Can we help the people?
No. I have an idea. We have corpses, and the thing eats corpses. So if we attach our bomb to a corpse, it might
Okay, you're doing
Oh,
the
geez.
accent thing.
So you are doing the accent.
they might grab a corpse and pull it close to it to eat it.
That might work.
It's actually not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Although I-
Remember what happened the last time one of us went in there, though.
I know, but this is why we throw one the corpse. This is why we all heave ho the corpse in together.
You know the range. Wait, what did happen the last time somebody went in? Because I don't.
10 damage.
Vitus went in and got bitch slapped so hard he nearly went from full health to dead. So
Oh, by the thing. Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
He was given a good target.
Doing it
Okay,
now. All right, so from like right here, if we like grab, say, where is the do you have the portrait thing for the swarthy the Mexican guard guy?
What I will remind you is that the floor, as I said, slopes slightly, so that everything can run down to where the mouth is.
So as long as we get it into the right room, it should roll towards the mouth.
But there is a lot of obstructions
in the way.
Yeah, obstructions in the way.
Yeah, that's more of the issue I'm seeing is it might be sloped, but there's bodies in the way that'll stop a keg.
Well, that's partly why we pour the alcohol into there, because, like you do mention, the alcohol will also explode once it diffuses into the air enough.
And also, we're not really giving much of a care for these people who are currently completely tied up into this whole bunch of fuck
Sure,
going
a
up.
lot of them are already dead, to be honest.
I mean, the thing is, we're overthinking it too much for trying to be perfect with it. We just need to be good enough to explode the building and collapse it on it.
Yeah.
And preferably after we've left.
Yes. So let's empty all the kegs into the basement. build our fertilizer bomb, empty all the kegs into the basement, roll it in there, and the main thing is how do we light it? Is the question. Who has a shite ton of preparedness on hand?
Hi.
Can you say to have some sort of fuse along
For some
with
reason, I don't think Gray's going to allow that.
A fuse. You mean like a spare pair of socks twisted up kind of tight, soaked in wine?
maybe?
I mean, also, it's like having skill in something means you should have like
Yeah.
the basic equipment. I have a lot of skill in
I'm
explosives.
assuming, basically the actual making of the bomb will be a single test. If you can pass the test, then it works. Fortunately, he won't know if he's passed the test until he's lit it and rolled into the room.
Yeah,
Until
there's
I lit it and it goes off in our face.
All right.
I suggest that the rest of us wait in the car.
All right. So Herbert, grab
This might be the end for Herbert West.
pull everything you have together for explosives. Put the entire pull into this.
Good luck, Herbert.
Unless Gray's gonna make you do 2 rolls like an asshole.
Well,
No,
he
he
said
just
it'd be
said it's a
one.
single roll.
Okay, single roll. He said.
Watch me roll a fucking 1.
1 plus 15 still passes.
I only have 4 points in it because I was told not. Oh, no, explosives. What am I
Not
saying?
even
Yeah, explosives.
No, sorry, I'm wrong. I'm talking about the wrong thing. I'm looking at chemistry. Actually, would chemistry help at all, Gray?
No. This is a full-on explosive test.
I think chemistry would be more if you were trying to make something interesting, like, I don't know, one of the fluorides.
Okay, so I'm putting everything into this.
Chemistry is general skills is more the doing of things. Everything else is just getting information of some sort.
Chemistry would be to like find out what's in a bomb.
So I rolled a 10. Let's hope that's enough.
Well, we light the fuse and run like hell.
No. Herbert lights the fuse and runs like hell. The rest of us are waiting in the car.
How's your fleeing, Herbert?
My fleeing isn't great, but I have pretty good athletics.
Use it. Oh, it's fleeing. That's for running for getting away from things.
I'm assuming with that kind of roll, you know how to set the fuse, right? That you can just kind of walk out.
Oh, so it did succeed.
Yes.
Well, that's so far. Let's see what happens when we actually light the thing.
You can walk out slow-mo, put on some shades at night. Now look at the explosion.
Okay, so am I far enough away that I can jump in the car and be out of here before everything is so much splinters and fire?
Yes. Basically, you're doing your heroic walk, and then the building just lights up behind you. It's not kind of like a towering inferno of flame, but it's because you've blown but there's like a massive kind of crump, dust flies out any cellar windows, and then the thing just kind of collapses in on itself.
Good way to do it.
Because it's a homemade explosive. It's not enough to atomize the building, but you've blown out like all the structural supports in the basement and just caused it to just collapse.
Good.
We got the books out, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the cult leader. We have everything. We have all the information, everything in the boot. With the car, the books are in the back of the car. The cult leader's in the boot. We can drive off away now, and I would say get on the plane and get out of town before it happens. Do we want to be in the same state as the place we've exploded?
Also, blown up all the evidence we were here.
Yeah,
the
the fact that we're driving away from it now.
The only evidence we have at this moment in time are us at this moment. So let's just
Sure, we can get the hell out of here, but
we would have to figure out where to go. We just say we fly to a nearby. We fly to another state and then work out where we're going to go next.
Oh shit! We never gave the ladder back to that guy.
The ladder's just on the side of the thing. You can just easily pull it back.
Yeah, shove it over to him.
If we strap it to the front of the car, I'll mail it to him.
Before we leave, we do have to decide what to do with Trammell.
We're taking him with us.
The FBI.
I was going to give him the Pinochet treatment and just throw him out the plane as we go along.
I think that would surely damage your sanity or something.
Yes,
that would be
that's the thing you don't have right now.
bloody murder.
I mean, if
Fuck
you
no.
Discard, if you want to throw a man out of a moving plane,
Buy your
you're
own
the one
airplane.
that's going to face the consequences for that.
As he said, he had to buy my own airplane. I will have to go do that first.
Now you know what you need to think while you're stealing things, so you can buy your own airplane.
Somebody hold this cultist. I need to go steal the Pink Panther.
All right.
Hold my cultist. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, but so what do we want to do with Tremel? Is the thing? Do you want to hand him over to the police?
Yes.
Yes.
How?
No, the FBI.
He did the FBI or something. I mean, how can we prove that he was doing? I mean, do we have his notebook and everything?
Confessed.
Yeah. So he confessed to us when we discussed it, and his house just blew up. The FBI will be very obligated to investigate.
Yeah, clearly we saw him cackling around his house and then it blew up, so he's responsible.
Obviously.
Next thing we know, ka-chunk bars.
At least for the unsafe storage of
No.
fertilizer.
This is the
and
30s.
gunpowder.
This is the 30s, and we have a cop saying, "Oh yeah, he confessed. I have it right. I have it written down."
All right. So you arrive at the FBI office.
Mm-hmm.
Promptly arrested.
Yeah. No, it's worse than that, I'm afraid. You crack open the trunk. Dremel has soiled himself and is rolling around giggling like a schoolgirl.
Just throwing him out the plane.
Oh,
Well-
now we're. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sure they can take care of that.
They can.
Well, it's not like he's going to rat on us now, is he?
Right. You'll meet up
Stay
with
easy.
Fredrickson and Jackson and Jones, the FBI's. And, it's like, so, you would have nothing to do with the fact that the drug base you were investigating just blew up.
Tragic accident, I'm
Oh.
sure.
We were watching over the place, I freely admit that, but no, nothing more than that.
Yeah, blew up on its own and this madman ran out and we nabbed him.
Yeah.
Oh, I could probably prove that it wasn't us. I do have the relevant skills.
You just
Isn't
learn
that-
all the relevant skills.
For bullshitting?
Well,
How
explosives,
would we
but I mean,
find all
also
the
got-
explosives necessary and empty the YM car?
Maybe a little subtler than that.
All right.
But yeah,
Cool.
is this going to need a skill? Because I'd be more than happy to throw it down if required.
Yeah, it's be a skill check. Just to smooth things over.
How much
Should
cock
know
talk?
what
Pop
skill.
talk.
How much cock talk do you have left?
3.
I have reassurance.
Reassurance would work.
I have 1 point of it.
I have 2.
I have
Pop Talk's the
Streetwise.
best bet.
I have 3 in Streetwise. I think they're all telling me don't talk to cops.
Yeah.
You should listen.
Listen. Yeah.
Too
You
bad.
just
you
get
Not
nervous
even
because you
bringing
spent so much
into
time
the
around the people who are
front.
hunting
You're
you.
staying out and watching the car.
To be fair, he's still on sanity minus at the moment, isn't he? So he's still
Yeah,
wigging out.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't use tentacle or interpersonal or academic. So I am out of the clue getting game. So this is all up to you guys.
All right. Yeah, you're not sane enough to pay attention to your streetwise right now.
Yeah.
You can use him to scrub out the car.
Somebody has to.
Is this car rental?
Probably.
No. It's,
Okay,
no,
then-
probably, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I may have accidentally bought it instead of renting it.
I think now you've actually accidentally bought it.
Oh well. Darn.
I can help you
He's gonna
save.
notice.
Trouble with being filthy rich.
All
You
that
saw it,
damned
you
money.
buy it.
All right.
Yeah.
So spend cop talk to not be implicated.
Well, it's not so much cop talk is not to be implicated. It's to nudge, nudge. I'm a cop. Wink, wink.
Unfortunate events do occur during investigations into filthy heathen druggies.
That we're also employing.
But I'm not a cop, so I can't say that.
And I don't want to because that would involve me actually having to explain how I know that.
Oh yeah, you left that other Mexican tied up in the room, didn't you? Oh, well.
He probably got out.
Oh yeah, there
yeah.
was that guy, wasn't there?
Yep.
Did we tie him up? I thought we just
Yeah.
knocked him out.
Yeah, he tied him up and dumped him in
Yeah,
the
he tied-
office.
the very first
Didn't
Mexican.
tie him up very much.
Well, a lot of shit happened between now and then, so.
Alright, so Prentice, cop that talk.
Spend 2 points, so one moment. Ding, ding. That should have been a 5 because it's pushed
Well,
off
Yeah,
1.
that's fine.
but-
Also, it's an impersonal skills. They're for getting. I thought they were just spins for those. They weren't rolled.
Thought they were rolls, but
Cop Talk is.
Cop Talk is interpersonal. He's right.
Oh yes, it's just spend, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
I'll
it's not
spend a
a-
couple if that's the cost.
Still getting used to the system.
Well, we would be getting used to the system if we played it a bit more often.
That's kind of the problem. We had like a month off in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were doing well, and then we had a month off.
Yeah,
Get
summer.
back into it. It's fine. Summer. All right. So yeah, the FBI kind of just like well, as long as you don't go looking around any more drug dens or keep anywhere else while we're here, we might let that one slip. Keep your name out of it. Because, of course, it's going to be kind of hard to prove it was a drug den, even with the... I don't think anyone's going to be taking this guy's testimony seriously. Kind of like there's already a discussion of how they're going to hose him down before they finally put him in the cell.
I'll admit the first lawyer who sees him will be screaming insanity defense in like the first 5 minutes. You're not wrong.
All right.
This man's insane.
So, congratulations, you've dealt with that.
Yay! What does that mean?
Now you have the fun of reading the book.
Yep.
Not it.
Tobin,
I have library use.
Tobin volunteered.
Carson.
In fact, he
Carson. You've just seen the book. They brought it out for the first time.
Yeah, I've just seen the
Oh,
book.
dear.
What happened?
Yeah,
Right.
What's
make me a
happening?
2-point mythology stability test.
2-point method.
So it's a difficulty 5 stability check. Costing you
God.
2 points because this thing is horrific.
May as well spend 1 point then.
I mean, if it's getting down to 2 points, don't really worry about it, just roll it because statistically you're not going to lose that much.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
I would have lost
you-
3.
you would
Yeah,
have lost 3. You've lost 2 instead of losing 3.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
Did you lose
All right.
2 or
So
gain 1?
reading it is going to take 2 to 3 days. So who's going to have a go at reading it? It's in multiple sections, so multiple people can read it at once.
yeah,
Has the
Tobin
most
is definitely
stability.
reading it.
Okay, but who has the most stability left?
Tobin's good on stability, I think.
I think 2 of us are at 1.
I'm
I
at
have-
1, I'm afraid. So
I have
I'm
3, so I. Sorry.
I'm actually at -5, but like my character's drive is to write a book, so he has to read it.
Okay, fair. I can read 1 section. So I still got 3 points.
When did that happen?
Probably when he got punched through a wall.
-5.
No, that was the detective.
No, he failed both rolls, I think.
Oh, fair.
Hmm.
I failed both the something before the orgy and then the orgy.
Well,
And then I
think he passed the orgy but failed the mouth.
No, that's the thing. I had to spend everything I had to pass the mouth. That's why I left myself on 1. Because I knew if I failed the mouth, I'd be knocked out anyway.
Or you can go to negative.
Fucking orgies. Well,
Alright.
all right.
So long as you get, look, -5 just don't go to negative what, 5 or 6?
-6 is when you start getting problems. -5, you'll become less of a useful character. Negative is less useful. -6, it starts to get long term.
Tobin is about to become big problem.
Yes. I'll open up this insanity section of the rule book while we're here.
You're gonna have to.
Good plan.
Okay, so I will read a section of it because I still have positive stability.
I will read a section of it.
My drive is arrogance, but I'm this book has done. I don't really have to deal with this book.
Because I have curiosity.
I wasn't slighted like with the main, like dealing with the main guy.
Alright. I've lost it again. lost the section that tells you what you are at different levels.
Page 75.
I'm going the wrong way.
74 of the book and 75 of the PDF.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, so reading the Testament is a 4-point mythos stability die.
All right. That'll leave me with 0.
Oh.
No, it won't.
Wow.
Do I spend the 3 points I've got and hope that I pass?
I mean, I wouldn't spend more than 2 of them.
It's a target 5.
Tobin just wow.
Okay, I'll spend.
Tobin's seen everything. Tobin knows.
So
He's
Okay, I'll
writing
spend
books like
2.
this. He's good.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, like, how many, Herbert? What's your current stability?
3.
3. Okay, yeah. Spending 3 will bring you to. Will give you a. As long as you don't roll a 2 better, you can get it. Just don't roll a 1. So you're basically rolling Blood Bowl dice by
Don't
that time.
say that.
You said that twice last time, and both people rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, discard.
There's also me.
You just invoked Blood Bowl. Don't
Yeah.
spend anything.
Full.
That's a fair point. I won't spend anything.
Don't spell anything. You'll have -1. You'll go down to
How
negative.
do
Not
I-
negative
how do I-
one.
I just need a 0
I mean-
though.
Blood Bowl rules. Assume you'll fail.
If I'd spent a single goddamn point.
I
Okay,
believe
so I lose.
you played yourself.
You are now shaken. You can still use your job, but you seem distracted. You can't spend points for pulls your investigator ability, and all general ability chests increase by 1. To be fair, that's not too bad of a thing at this point because we're wrapping up the chapter,
That's
and you
the
will
worst
get a
thing.
chance to contact your source of stability after you finish reading the book. Alright. So you're reading the Testament.
Yes.
The Testament of Dripping Mouths Eminence.
Ugh.
That's a hell of a name.
Yep. So I've got to go to this page-long sidebar. Because this is kind of a big thing. I'm going to move this down to my main monitor because I need to be able to read this.
Your sidebar at that point.
If you have it in a PDF version, you could you could grab the entire thing, copy
No.
it, and load it as a. Okay.
No, because it's not
It's
written that
the-
way.
Yeah.
It's because this and then information you won't find out till later.
Oh,
Alright.
the worst information.
Yeah.
The kind I don't have.
So, contains, pasted into its pages, correspondence from SS about the metaphysical nature of their cult, the being they called venerate, the being their cult venerates. There we go. That was a hard sentence to say for some reason.
Yeah, I have trouble with that one.
SS believes the knowledge they're giving in is critical. Let's see how I can phrase this. It'd be nice if they wrote it in a way that you could just read out the phrasing rather than having to parse it. So the correspondence written in a tone that suggests the author believes themselves to be equal and is probably female and well educated.
Are the monsters well educated?
No, the SS who's writing it.
Okay.
From the tone, you believe SS is a woman who's well educated. Interesting passage is an invitation to Dremel himself or any of his Los Angeles families to fight in our rights in Bangkok. There's also a return address on there for Bangkok.
Oh, so we're going to Bangkok next.
Great, great.
Nah, let me keep going.
Return address.
This is setting up Act 2. Right. There's also a short chapter, handwritten earlier in the current year, that offers a short treatise on various methods of increasing the yield and eminence of his most holy offices of the thing. It largely proposes a series of particular interpreted acts that would be theoretically pleasing to the thing, and therefore stimulate additional nectar production. Mostly there's no hard data, except one chapter cites particular experiments conducted by Montgomery and Donovan in Malta demonstrate that a potent sacrifice can multiply many times the blessing of our god's sputum. You think Tremel's a bit skeptical of this claim, even the way he wrote it. This is kind of like his autobiography / notes of God. So it's kind of part, it's like a history, part his autobiography, part his random mad ravings. There is a ledger folded into one of these chapters.
A ledger, you say?
Yeah.
Like an accounting ledger?
Yep. It appears to record the amounts of nectar produced in Valletta in the early part of 1937. It seems to be relatively constant up until a particular date, at which point it nearly triples almost overnight. It's dated only a few weeks before you started your investigation. It's marked with a star, and yep, there's a chance of an accounting spend.
Okay, let me spend my one.
Yeah,
oh wait,
you haven't read it, so yeah.
I have a problem with.
Did you show it to you?
Also, I'm Nuckenfuck, so can't do it.
Yeah, you can't academe.
Yeah, you can't academe because he's too crazy. Maybe later. You still have
Does somebody else have?
No, he's your only accountant.
I could hire an accountant to read it for us, but he might not survive.
No hiring random NPCs to read the books.
An intern
I have
accountant.
credit rating and I'm a dilettante. That's exactly what I can do.
I remember the last time. It didn't end well.
Well, from what I understand, it actually ended quite well for us.
For us.
Yeah, exactly. That's who's important,
that's
right?
my class skill. I hire people to do. I spend credit rating to do things.
So, for the viewers at home, that's from one of the Mansion of Madness LPs we did, where they got a poor undergraduate to read a book, which immediately turned him into ash in the middle of the reading library.
Look,
Right, I wasn't there for that, so I didn't remember it.
Look, it's not our fault that he dropped out of school because he turned into dust. All right, he didn't continue his education properly.
All right.
He couldn't handle the job. He shouldn't have taken it, no matter how good the money was.
All right. So there's an unfinished chapter. Not that any of them are truly finished. In mixed handwritten passages, pages of correspondence, stuff like that. Considers the powers of the mouth song. There's no real conclusions, but it mainly full of suppositions, possibilities, like the voice of the great mouth may have the power to enchant and enlighten. Eventually, reading through, the handwriting speculation gives way to letters written on Luz record stationery. It's excitedly reported in Spanish about our next recording and the profound possibility to a new song.
They're trying to record the song of this big old mouth thing?
That's what it sounds like.
Oh dear.
So, library use, again, you've got that, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, I'll spend.
It's not a spend. It's just these are core clues, so there's not that much extra spending. There's a lot of tension between the letters. Each letter is more grandiose, more defensive than the last. It's getting clear the authors, signed only as JB, were not delivering the results anticipated by the early handwritten notes. The letters promised a new experience of the arrival of Nectars, and Nectars' distribution returned to the original rates once we prepared our album. Numerous references are made to Della Luz and how the next recording can change everything. The last letter's got a different tone. It's got buried hostility. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking tonight. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's
it's a Cthulhu. At 2 points, he refers to the god and your god, rather than using the reverential tone in the earlier letters. This one's also dated 3 weeks previous to now, so it's like the newest letter. And there's also a load of blank pages in the Testament ready for future letters to be pasted in. Alright, and I've got to scroll back up to this. The other thing you pick up from reading through this is that Tremel references the Black Man and says that Nyarlathotep has revealed himself to Tremel as the true motivating force behind Nectar in the mouths.
The Humotech?
Nyarlathotep.
Sounds Egyptian.
Sounds Egyptian.
Yeah, the Black Man.
Is it, though?
So this Hotep guy is who is running the Tremel boy.
Nyarlathotep?
I don't have anthropology. Dang it. I thought I had anthropology for a minute.
I think Tobin has.
Yeah, but I'm also out of my cord right now, so.
Unfortunately,
Tobin's actually enjoying this book.
Yeah, all the people who can ancient history are kind of
wiggy.
We need a vacation for a few moments, for a few days.
Yeah, more than a few minutes.
place. I've got a nice cabin down in Bermuda. You'll love it.
I'm just gonna go call my family for a bit. Ring them up on we'll do the downtime thing.
Right. Did you say that this woman SS had actually given Trammell tickets out to Bangkok?
No, it was an invitation. So it's an invitation to come fight in our rights in Bangkok. There's no kind of hint that he was going to accept.
Basically, she was saying, that she's got a room for him or something to discuss this or whatever.
Doors open, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that JB in this whole song business and making an album sounds like the most pressing issue.
It would, except it seems to have failed rather remarkably poorly.
So yes, as a recap, you've heading into Act 2, you've got 4 locations that you know of. Bangkok, Malta, Mexico, and then the village cult leader in Ethiopia.
So if I remember correctly, we were once a time accosted by Asian people beforehand.
Gangsters, yes.
Was it?
Chinese gangsters, yes.
Yeah, the Chinese gangster people over in when we were leaving that one place. So that could be a lead because they were staking out what's the place?
Mm-hmm.
So the Chinese. I mean,
you
once
guys
more.
Just trying not to talk over anybody. So that could be a part of the Bangkok lead. We also have a tie-in with all the Mexicans in Mexico. We also have a tie. Who was the Ethiopian?
The Ethiopian was Georgia Ayres, the third cult leader, because he went off on sabbatical and disappeared off into Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was in Ethiopia and he was going to Africa. Okay, but if I remember one thing,
Africa is in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Africa.
Okay, there's one thing I have to say about Cthulhu: never go to Africa. So we're not going there yet.
And then you've got Malta, who are apparently experimenting in methods of increasing yield quite successfully. They've tripled their output.
And that is where?
Malta.
Malta.
Yeah, that's going to have to be dealt with.
That's an island in the Mediterranean, if you don't know.
Lovely place, actually. I've been there.
Yeah. Heavily fortified.
Interesting history.
Also hard to get into, right?
Not at this time.
Okay.
In about 4 years...
It's going to become very hard to get into.
Yes, it's going to be the hardest place to get into the world. It's going to become Fortress Malta. And it's going to basically be how we stop the Germans get any supplies into Africa.
For now.
At the moment, it's just a nice place.
So, do we want to blow up Mexico, blow up Malta, blow up Babcock, or blow up Ethiopia?
We're going to need a lot better way of blowing things up.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the homebrew method worked when it was a small wooden house. I sense they're not going to be all as disorganized as Trammell was.
Yes.
More organized supply of explosives
All I
with
know
us.
is Babcock has going to have a lot more guns. Same thing with
Babcock or Bangkok? Sorry, I just want to double check this.
Is it Bangkok or Babcock?
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok. So Bangkok's going to have a lot of guns at us. Mexico is probably going to have a lot of guns at us. Ethiopia is going to have, oh my god, they're eating us. From, or, probably a lot of sanity checks. And what do you call it? It's probably going to have a lot of sanity checks too. The Malta place.
Malta.
You know what? I vote Malta.
I mean, I'm easy with any of them. I think Malta would be the most prudent option in my mind, simply because if there is this supposed breakthrough in terms of how they're producing the stuff,
Yeah, let's stop that.
I think that's a good case to stop that first.
Also, making sure that where Tremel was talking about the nectar was going to flood the world and yada 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 and everything. I think keeping the trickle of nectar down as low as possible would probably be a good thing to stop the doom clock.
Oh, that's interesting. It's only been a few months since Royal Navy Fleet HQ got moved from Malta.
Interesting.
So actually, right now is probably the least defended it's going to be for the foreseeable future.
Why am I worried that's now going to be out of character? Why am I worried that's going to be tied into the Cthulhu mythos somehow? Like some Royal Navy guy just like, okay, we're leaving. I've seen some shit. Bye. No, I'm not overthinking this. Why do you ask?
No, it would be like that. It'd be like we were just doing a shelling drill, and oh look, Malta was just in the way of our practice drill. No,
away from the base. You don't.
Sorry, I don't.
Your own state.
I don't know anyone in the Royal Navy.
I mean, I know the man who sunk the Royal Navy. At least was expert enough to blow up his own bases.
No, look, you won't be shooting at the base. You'd be shooting into Malta itself, because it would,
Yes, if they saw that kind of thing, they wouldn't just move the base.
Any comment, Gray?
No, unrealistic.
No, not making any comments at all.
Also, so we need to do this whole downtime thing between, because I think we're
Yes,
going to
so-
Malta.
Yeah.
You go to Malta? It's fine.
Malta,
I
suspect.
think we're going to Malta by the sounds of it. Pack
Great.
your summerwear.
Alright, just gonna have to update a few things.
Yep, probably just stop off in Boston or the East Coast on the way and do
Yeah.
our
You,
downtime.
you're not going to be able to fly.
We can
Malta.
fly to Italy and take the boat to Malta.
We're
And
not
take our
gonna be able to
downtime in
fly
one of
directly
my
to Malta.
family's smaller estates. I'm sure there's one in the mountains we're not using right now.
You know, it's funny.
What?
Malta had a lot of wounded soldiers on it in the First World War.
Yeah, it was a
So
hospital base.
It's entirely possible that Tullius spent some time there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
That's no use, is it? Oh, it's an interactive campaign map. No, it bloody well isn't. Oh, it's an interactive campaign map.
Doubt.
Yeah, it's just got everything laid out.
You can interact with it, and it's a map.
It's a map. It shows everything.
It's an interactive map, but the only interaction is looking at it.
Yeah.
The worst kind of correct.
The guy is grabbing the map and is basically having to
I'm just seeing if I can find like a blank map
censor
that
out
doesn't
everything.
have everything scored all over it. Don't Google Eternal Lies map, by the way.
Nope.
There's so much spoilers.
Yep.
It turns out the entire world was Cthulhu all along.
Good thing I own this airplane.
Right, that's the closest. Let's see if we can get a good version of that image.
The thoughts just occurred while Gray's doing that. While we're on downtime, we're going to have to tell Mr. Winston's daughter,
Yes.
like, some kind of sanitized version of what we found, because fuck.
So yes, you're gonna have to ring her up. And yeah, what are you gonna actually tell her?
We found a drug ring.
How about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You're still insane.
Like that's now the method of.
Yeah, we don't let you anywhere near the phone.
She's my cousin. I'm talking to her.
It's actually probably for the
She's
best.
probably not going to be happy with that either.
Yes, but cousins can deal with it.
Okay.
Wigged out thieves can't.
No.
I mean, the main thing where she asked us to look into her father's death and what he was connected to. He was connected, as far as we can tell, he was connected to horribly stamping out a drug ring of selling a narcotic that does horrible things to people.
A sex cult drug ring.
We can just go with the he was. Actually, that doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, actually, I don't know what the fuck we tell her.
We did take those pictures of the orgy.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why he went insane still.
So it's just, her grandfather didn't go insane. He just became recluse.
He didn't go fully mad. He only sort of just became a bit inward and isolated.
He was rich enough to become eccentric.
Yes.
He literally said he saw this and said "fuck it" and just turned it off. He didn't think there was going to be a larger, an even larger organization that spouted off of this. So just tell him. So just tell her that that your father was instrumental in destroying a drug ring that seems to have now has gone international.
Some kind of satanic drug sex cult. Trying to destroy the world by getting everyone hooked on this horrible narcotic thing.
Yes. We have probably more validity coming from
So she's, what? My father's 100 drug dealers.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone slap Churros. Sorry.
What?
Yes.
You've been talked to.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it must have been important.
Apparently, they're across the whole world.
Well, I'll do. The FBI won't be able to help, will they? Not outside of our country. Look, are you willing to keep up on this?
I mean, it's been a fascinating time so far. Haven't anything better to do. I think the rest of them are pretty gung-ho about it, too. I'm not going to say what we saw. It was very disturbing.
There's fault.
Good news. We're going to Malta.
Oh, okay. Keep me informed. Possibly
Will
not
do.
too informed. But yeah, if you think you can stop this and finish what my father started, definitely go for it.
We might even let you back into the reunions.
Yeah.
They've always let me into the reunions. She just didn't expect to see me here.
They don't let him in. He always finds his way in.
No one knows how it happens.
That's what family is for.
All right.
Yeah, but from now on, he might actually get invited.
So, downtime. You spend a bit of time, week or two probably.
Mm-hmm.
So, refresh all general abilities.
Yeah.
And just see how much sanity you can pick back, stability you can pick back up.
All general or all general and academic abilities?
All. It's a full rest. Refresh all pools.
Huzzah!
Because of course you're supposed to go back into the next stage with a
Full deck.
Full deck. You've equivalent to finishing a entire arc of that. Alright, so
Dropping you guys off, heading over to whichever country my librarian girl is in, spending some time with her, going sparring with Bruce.
You get 2 build points as well.
How does that? So it's just 2 upgrades of 2 different things, right?
Yeah, 2. You basically get to add 2 to any skill.
I put 2 in Cthulhu Mythos. No, I'm not.
No, that's the only exception to any skill.
That's a joke.
You pick up any Cthulhu Mythos having read the books and stuff?
Not for these, apparently.
Okay,
Nice.
fair enough.
Weird scrawling picture book of a madman. Yeah, I got one Cthulhu Mythos from that.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't say anything about being a tome, so it's not considered a tome because it's not finished. I think it's too insane to be informative.
Understand anything.
Yeah. So it's useful for you to know what's going on, but it doesn't give you enough greater world building to actually be useful.
Just going to say this, I did not intend to roll flattery there, but it worked out.
I am I just took my stealth. I'm just putting my 2 build points into stealth, so I'm up to 6 and 6. I'm up to
Good
6.
call. I'm considering getting a point of. Do we have archaeology in the group?
I do not. I have architecture and accounting.
The sheet will show you if you've got anything.
Yeah, I was just asking because there were people here.
Archaeology, no, it's a blank skill.
Yeah, archaeology is blank.
Nice. I'm getting an archaeology.
Physics is not blank, actually. Yeah.
You come back from downtime with a whip and a hat.
Craft.
I was also
blank.
thinking about picking up a point of occult or theology. I'm just not sure which would fit better. I mean, considering the gardener's story about how he killed one of them with a holy cross.
I have 2 in theology already, so I don't have to worry that much about
Yeah, I know. But you also took a whole lot of insanity.
Yeah, I think I might put some points into medicine so we have a backup medicine person.
Nah, that's not a skill. It's on the sheet. It's not a skill. Magic.
Oh, didn't Tobin try to photography the monster?
Yes.
Yep, I got some very shaky shots of it, so we could potentially send one of those to our...
He got a very, very good shot of a tentacle approaching at high speed, an excellent shot of himself being slammed into a wall quite painfully, and 2 completely terrible shots of the ceiling. Not certain how he managed to release the film in between getting hit by the tentacle and being slammed into the wall, but there you go.
Impressive.
All right, so for this point, you get full refreshing stability for sources of stability. Pretty sure that's how it works.
So how does that work for refreshing stability? Does it go back all the way back to the top or what?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah, as long as you're able to spend a reasonable amount of downtime with the people you care about, it goes all the way back up.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, writing letters or whatever.
Yeah, writing letters, doing some form of communication.
And we're refreshed.
Yeah.
And
at this stage, you do have time.
Tubman spends about a week of that in bed, so...
Oh yeah, you're fully healed health-wise as well. So congratulations, you're going into the next stage completely and utterly healthy and fully stocked. Alright. Act 2, Malta.
Yeah, I'm putting in theology.
The one thing I like I like the gumshoe system, but I do like compare it to Call of the Trail of Cthulhu versus say like Night's Plague Agents. I do like Night's Plague Agents essentially feat system better, where it has you go above a certain point threshold for certain skills, you get basically an extra you get a feat and ability to do that pertains to that skill essentially.
I think one of the things that Night's Black Agents is a later version, and they've improved it.
Mm-hmm.
So so it's the equivalent of the only thing that's similar to that is that if you have enough athletics, you get harder to hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But they kind of expand that more in Night's Black.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can go from this to Night's Blacks one day.
I've got so much written for Night's Black. It's heavy.
That's for the Bookhounds, isn't it?
No, that's James Bond fighting vampires.
Well, we could do is that we could go...
Sorry, I was saying I'd heard of the game.
I was just gonna say, what we could do is that if we wanted to do Bookhounds, we could take the Nice Black Agent system and then backport it to Trail of Cthulhu and play the most pulpy game of Trail of
I
Cthulhu
get the
possible.
feeling that wouldn't go very well. To be
That
honest.
sounds
Probably-
hilarious.
Probably not.
It wouldn't go terribly well. And to be honest with you, we could just do Night's Black when we get to that point.
True
Hey,
enough.
Cursor, would Herbert appreciate having some downtime with a set of, say, German rocket scientists?
Kinky.
Learning
I
how
was
to, you know, blow things up better?
This has become a very different kind of.
My
Rocket
backstory already-
scientists.
My backstory already has me employed by, I assume, the American government to develop bombs. So I don't know how much they like me talking to.
It's the wrong
German-
side of the war for German rockets in America.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But they
Yeah,
exist.
Neither
you know.
side of this particular thing is going to be very happy about him talking to anyone.
I think I'll just end up
Especially
getting
not
in
when parts
trouble.
of their country catch fire. No. Small islands explode. Certain cities in China, medium-sized portions of Africa and Mexico, because we haven't been given exact targets there.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Close enough.
Siam?
Look, we just planted the nuclear. You plant the nuclear bombs underground just to make sure that we can't necessarily be
Don't-
sure.
Need nuclear bombs.
How about hydrogen bombs?
Just one of the more interesting fluorides. That'll be fine.
Can we clip Terran saying that for when we distinctly need a nuclear bomb?
We don't need
A
nuclear
bomb
bombs.
that, being as it's the 30s, doesn't exist yet.
It's a good thing we don't need nuclear bombs. You can't have one. I mean, unless you want to wait 10 years or so and then try taking over an aircraft carrier or something.
Well, at the
It's
moment, there is no
gonna go
real
badly.
time limit. I'm pretty sure 10 years might let them get away with a bit of murder.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
Starts the
New
Manhattan
plan.
Project
Encourage the
right
cult
here.
to set up shop in Japan.
Alright.
It's this lovely little town that could really use some Cthulhu cultists based on giant faces. And it's called Hiroshima. Definitely set up shop there.
Oh, Lord.
Launch office in Nagasaki.
There's a bright future.
Oh, so bright.
It's almost as if it was blinding if you look directly into it.
Don't.
All right.
So,
And the one thing that's got me concerned about all this is he mentioned sacrifice improving, and I'm really hoping blowing up that orgy doesn't count.
Much like giving a big
I
sacrifice.
think
I
the
mean,
orgy. I think the orgy was a sacrifice.
It's entirely possible. Not a cultist. Don't know.
alright. So, you load the plane onto a ship, and you sail from, America. Well, so you fly back to the East Coast, you spend the time, you charter space on a ship, sail across to London, and from London it's fairly easy to fly down to Malta.
You do this whole thing where we get this panoramic map going around. We have this big old pointer finger.
Insert
arrow.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
theme
little
here.
red dots.
Bum,
Tentacle
One of us is
chasing you as
asleep
you
with a
go.
fedora.
bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum,
There's a bomb in the plane.
What? Oh yeah. No.
What, JC? A bomb?
What? Wes, put that away.
well, yeah, there's a bomb on the plane. Of course, there's a bomb on the plane.
For once, you want there to be a bomb on the plane.
Why are you tinkering with that here?
Oh, I was bored.
He's a nervous flyer.
Fair enough. Would it help if I did a loop?
Anyway, we're not even flying the plane. We're on a ship going to Malta now.
Well, no, you're on a ship and then you've flown from. There's not many ships to Malta, so you've got a ship to England and then gone from England to Malta by plane.
Oh yeah, we can't fly Trans-Pacific nor Transatlantic yet, can we?
No, not quite.
Yeah.
Again,
Might
about
be
10
10
years
points
too
spent.
short.
Oh, I actually think those planes don't exist yet.
I'm aware.
Alright. So, you arrive in Valletta. I assume you've changed wardrobes?
Yes.
I'm wearing this Hawaiian shirt now.
They also don't exist.
What is the date?
It's going to be about June 37.
37-ish.
So we are currently very happy we did not take the Hindenburg.
For the record, the first non-stop transatlantic flight was in 1919.
That was probably a small plane.
You won't be able to transport your plane transatlantic. So, if you want your plane, you'll need to
Charter a ship.
ship it across. It won't take you that much time anyway. Gives you some more time to read up on stuff.
About a month or two previous, we could have gone via blimp.
Oh well.
Yeah, but that's cutting it awfully close.
We're currently in Malta, and as the people have said, slacks and suspenders and a dress shirt are standard everywhere, and a fedora.
I mean, it is the 30s.
Oh God, we're actually pretty close to Hindenburg. Shit.
After it, like literally a month after it happened.
Is it November already?
No, it happened in May.
No, it happened in October.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page.
God damn it.
We're awesome.
Are we actually saying
Okay,
that?
no, I think I'm misreading the transatlantic flight bit.
So, Malta, small rocky island in the Mediterranean Sea, south of Sicily. It's an ancient, long-inhabited island with megalithic ruins and prehistoric settlements going back 5,000 years. Greeks, Phoenicians, Romans, Byzantines, Normans. Pretty much everyone has lived on this island. So it's a culturally rich and diverse, artistically diverse place. It's a Mediterranean port and long coveted by navies, merchants, pilgrims, and everybody else.
And if a part of it blows up.
Yeah. So, don't need much more history. You can find anything else. Yeah, you kind of land at the airfield. Yeah, the smell of spices from the town. It's a pretty nice place. So you find yourself a car because you've got somebody sort of a credit rating above 4. So basically, your choices are bus for credit rating 1, or you have to get a car. You have to have credit rating 4.
How about 7?
7 gets you a nice car.
We have a nice car.
You could probably technically 2 nice cars. So I don't think you can six people in a single car comfortably. Well, actually, no, you can probably get a big car for that. All right.
We're going
So
to get for each of us.
you've got choices of finding a hotel now. A nice flop house, a hotel, or you might be able to rent an apartment if you think you're going to be here long enough.
Well, we do want some place where screams are not going to get us kicked out immediately, so probably an apartment.
Yeah, again, credit rating 5 gets you an apartment. Credit rating 7 basically breaks quite a few things, but yeah.
Yep. That's what being filthy
It's
rich
almost
is like in
you're
the real
not
world.
supposed to be able to have credit rating 7.
Except Dilettante.
Yeah, Dilettante's the only one who can get that far. Alright, so you
anyone
find
that
yourself a
can cheat
nice
that hard?
apartment building, pretty much. You're basically renting out a little mansion with like 6 separate bedrooms, a nice study. Not really a library, but somewhere you can place your books.
Mm-hmm.
I assume, have you brought all the crazy books?
Of course.
Yeah. You set up your own little cult. You set up your own little cult library. There will be a safe there if you want to store anything in the safe.
Books, perhaps, if we must bring along.
But you got the books, and you've also got that like warding stone thing.
Oh yes, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That
I'm
thing's
back.
that's the thing that's probably the only reason we haven't been completely destroyed yet.
I mean, it's possible.
I think to take it down with them into the pit into the cellar.
Okay, so what's your plans? You're all nicely settled in.
From Tramel's book, how many details of this person in Malta at all? Or was it just a random crank
Her
in
name
Malta?
was like SS, right? And it's a
No,
female.
that's the one in
That was in Bangkok.
Bangkok.
Okay.
The name in Malta, just let me remember what page I'm on so I don't have to find it again.
Isn't there a
Scroll
song
down.
One Night in Bangkok?
Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the page again. It's like a full sidebar. It should be too hard to find.
Take your time, Gray.
Yeah. Alright. That's Captain Walker stuff. Right, Malta. Particular experiments conducted by Montgomery Donovan in Malta.
Montgomery Dolma.
Yep.
Hmm.
No relation of Ray Donovan.
And
Sorry, go on.
how many cities are in Malta? Or is Malta just one major city?
There's a few, but Valletta is the capital and by far the biggest.
Yeah, it's basically one city and lots of towns.
Towns.
Yeah.
I think is the gist of it.
A massive island.
No.
I mean, I was going to grab a copy of the local paper and see if any of like the local ads and that sort of thing ever mentioned Donovan in any society news. See if we could find out more about him that way.
I was about to ask
Eldritch
if
cult
you- I was
discovered.
about to ask if you spoke Maltese, but then I remembered this is still a British colony right now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So they speak English. God damn it.
Is there any records office or something like that?
Huh, Maltese is a Semitic language. That's weird.
Yep.
So its national language right now is. Oh yeah.
Doing great for the Maltese tourist office in this one. Just
Look,
sprinkling little facts. Go. Did you know?
They may like the
this video is
party.
not sponsored by Malta.
Do have a free tour of Malta.
Yeah. Hopefully without Eldritch Horrors, but yeah. Alright,
It's
so
a
checking
shame
over
that
the...
at the time we're recording this, travel isn't really a thing people do.
I just googled it. If you Google any of the places, they get a big red thing on Google saying this place is under lockdown, or there are travel restrictions on this. So it's kind of like,
I
don't
don't
even
get that,
think about
interestingly.
visiting.
Tell you what, the Cthulhu cultists in our timeline must be loving lockdown. All the international investigators are stuck.
Yeah.
However, all the Eldritch Horrors are unwilling to meet them too.
So,
Who's passport officer who's trying to stop?
A tentacled monstrosity puts up a phalapod and says 6 feet apart. Mortal.
And also, who's going to
Making
be the
a face mask for a horrible alien being.
passport officer who tries to stop Cthulhu at customs? It's like, I'm sorry, sir. I know you're larger than most, but the 2-meter rule applies to you too.
flicks off the 2
who-
meter claw.
a man truly not paid enough for his job.
There's always a job's worth you try it. There's always somebody who try it.
Try it once.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get the chance to do it a second time.
Well, remember, Monday 4, so it's always either 1 or 4.
Alright, so the next thing I've got to deal with before you actually go off looking is smuggling stuff into the island.
Hmm?
No, customs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they will check. I'm assuming you're bringing weapons and a bomb.
Well, we don't have a bomb.
We can make
I
the
have
bomb
my-
on site.
Yeah,
Well,
look,
they can't. I'm glad that they can't confiscate these guns. Flex.
we're gonna say anything that's illegal. We say belongs to him.
Alright. He gets
Okay.
arrested, jacked up. No, actually,
Okay.
you can pretty much get anything on the island. Spirits to weapons. They're all nothing's produced locally, but as a major trading port, as long as you're discreet, you can pretty much pick anything up. But the prices would be higher than the mainland.
We had a rich person with us.
Like how much credit rating are we talking about here?
I'm not going to worry about it, but let's just say that you have to grease a few palms at customs not to look inside certain suitcases.
Fair.
Yeah, if they look inside certain suitcases, they'd lose their goddamn minds.
And if they open the long box marked perishable, they'll find all the guns.
So
Alright.
The label refers to them.
So, getting
There's an
back on
S on the
track.
end, don't ask.
So where you're starting your search for Montgomery, Donovan?
After we get to the hotel and and divest all our guns.
Yep. Well, it's not a hotel, your apartment.
Well,
I keep forgetting to get bureaucracy.
yeah, I certainly think a good way of doing it would be the equivalent of the registry office and/or checking in the papers and just seeing what gossipy sort of thing we could pick up about Mr. Donovan.
All right. So yeah.
Technically, we don't. So we're doing a needle in the haystack scenario, essentially.
Yeah. So looking up Montgomery Donovan, the city records are quite easy to access. He's got his name appears in several bits of paperwork as a Harbour View townhouse in Westwood Valletta, which is near the Great Siege Road, which is an amazing road to live near.
The Great Siege Road?
Yeah, Great Siege Road.
There was a great siege in Malta.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd say that
It's
is
rightly famous.
A yacht registered in his name and a warehouse in the western end of the Southern Harbour.
So I know we're blowing up.
Yep.
The main problem with Malta is how we're gonna get off Malta after it explodes.
Well, it's not that small. Like as long as we only blow up the warehouse, the rest of the island will be just fine.
I mean, it wouldn't
Yeah,
be the
but-
first island we've blown up.
I
East
mean,
Coast, I like Malta.
it's not like we're gonna blow up the entire island, but I would think the place would go into a severe lockdown if it had any since we're much more bottlenecked here when it comes to egress, because we'll have to be on a ship, right? Or are we flying or are we shipping?
Flying to here, so we could just fly the hell out again, in theory.
As the island explodes and a new volcano forms.
That's possible.
The end came from your
I'm
script.
trying.
Volcano forms has a mouth, starts gnawing at the sky.
It's an odd shape for fire, but okay.
It's not the oddest thing we've encountered so far.
Not entirely.
Right. So, searching through the newspapers finds remarkably little for somebody with such a large footprint on the island. You find one photograph of him and his wife.
Is there, say, a photo of this photograph? There it is. My, what a handsome chap.
Yes, this is taken out from the Royal Opera House, apparently. A fundraiser that was taken there. It says they look happy. He looked more constipated than happy.
He looks happy. I'll give her that, but yeah.
I'm gonna go with Gray.
Why did she, like, it's like, why am I here? I could be somewhere else. That is very much a, why am I here at this moment? Look on his face.
Yeah, that's about right.
I don't know, so we have a couple of his addresses. He's been quiet, and the only time he's ever been out is to the Topper house. And that's because the wife brought him out, sure, probably. So, how do we stake this man out? Is a question. He had a house, right? You said, Gray?
Yep. You found a
I
house,
should hope he has a
a house, a warehouse, and a yacht
Oh, you just blow all three up.
simultaneously.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Crash the yacht into the lighthouse, which falls on the house,
We
blowing
can get
all three
really
pieces.
lucky, and the warehouse has a helicopter that we can use to lift the yacht and drop it on the house.
15 years before it's invented. I like your thinking.
I was going to say helicopter.
As much
Oh,
as
why
much
do I
as
have a
this is coming from,
flashback to goddamn where
I'm-
Eagles Dare?
I'm sure it's hilarious coming from me, but we can't immediately jump to exploding the place.
Oh, why wouldn't it work
We'll check
now?
out the temperature. Discard, not recommend an explosive solution.
Yeah, I think hell just froze over.
I mean, look. When it comes to killing bad people, sure. And this guy is no angel, but I would like to at least have probable cause
It's about the
before
cult.
stuff.
We already know what they're doing.
True. Okay, at least want to find but want to explode the place in a way that we can actually get his papers and information before we, load him into a cannon and fire him out to sea. All right.
Yeah, there's two goals here. We have to destroy the mouth he summoned, and we have to eliminate this guy to make sure he doesn't do it again.
Given his friend's MO, I'm willing to bet the mouth will either be in the warehouse or his place. I don't think they'll be able to summon it underwater just yet.
Yeah, so the yacht is probably the least relevant, and his house is in the middle of the nice neighborhood where the police respond in, a couple of minutes to gunshots.
Not to mention he's not a local known crazy, so it'll be less likely they'll have, suspicions about him already.
What you're saying is we have to start off with the explosive.
Well, probably the first thing we would have to do is examine the warehouse and see what's there and if it's worth blowing up.
I don't understand the statement worth blowing up.
Well, is it worth the chance of us being, imprisoned in an island nation for the rest of our lives?
You tell me I'm not. But I agree the warehouse should be the first place to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, first, let's just take it easy and just stake out the warehouse and see what activity there is.
We're really lucky. Trammell will have sent him one last post message. I doubt it, but it's possible. Ray, do we actually know where this warehouse is, or are we going to have to do some digging?
You'll find property deeds, so you'll know where it is.
Yes, that's just we motor on down to the warehouse. Well, not the warehouse, but nearby.
You say murder?
Murder?
No, motor.
Yeah.
I heard murder.
I definitely heard murder.
Okay, fine. That was
20 corpses later, you arrive at the warehouse.
We really should get a car.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing when we're hitting people. So I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, the warehouse seems to be a pretty standard-looking warehouse. It's generally quite empty. From the outside, there's a few people hanging around.
They look like security guards or bums.
Dock workers.
workers. They look like, say, private guards or anything.
No, they're definitely just people. They're not actually in the warehouse. They're just in the area around it.
We should stake it out for a day, see if there's times where people are more active.
All right. So, you spread yourselves out, look at the area. You notice there's cars parked in neighbouring lots. And basically you can find like hidden rooftop places you got a good view of the harbour.
Nice cafe.
Good cafe that's always open. It's a simple cemented corrugated metal building, high enclosed windows and only a few entrances. There's no real way of seeing what's happening inside. About 4:30, it starts getting busy. Dozens of staff workers and about 10 or so guards start patrolling the grounds, rifle in hands. There seems to be at least 2 men posted on the warehouse roof at all time. This goes on until about midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like anyone's coming and going during this window?
So, not really. So just people kind of go in and work. There's not it's like people turn up, they start their shift, they work, it's well guarded, but there's no real, there's no food traffic. It's not like drug people are coming to pick up drugs and stuff like that. You do notice that the guards are staying on the gravel path that's around it. That's about it.
Okay, and then at midnight, most everyone leaves?
Midnight, most people leave. So, what do you want to do next?
Just midnight. We see if we can get them closer. Wait till everyone's gone, obviously. If they're not going to leave till midnight, we'll have to come back here early in the morning, before people start showing up for the next shift. See if we can around then, I suggest.
Sensible.
Yeah, fun place to crash close to here and then just come back right before dawn.
Alright.
Sounds alright.
You can do any asking around?
We should while we're here, actually, to be honest. I mean, if there's local if there's coffee house, that sort of thing, just ask around the staff.
It's not really coffee houses. It's a working area. There's some dock workers working in adjacent areas.
Sure, we chat with them then, see what they're up to, see if they know anything about. Does anybody particularly work at this place? Any rumors, that kind of.
Yeah. Do you show the photo around?
The photo of Montgomery.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of random dock workers, would they really know about Monty? Sorry, Montgomery, not Monty, but
I would say no, just because it might tip someone off and it doesn't seem helpful.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, no, hold on for now.
Hold off the photos, yeah. Basically, they say it's a private dock. Ships come and go quite regularly. The people is a guarded warehouse, which is very unusual and technically illegal. The fact that they're carrying weapons so brazenly kind of points that there's some serious backing. Everyone's kind of wondered what it is, if it's some sort of mob operation or something like that. All they know is that most other places would not get away with having their men so openly armed.
No one say, seen any particular. There's no particular usual likely lads, like a certain yacht, say, that comes in every again.
No, they say it's cargo ships that come in every few days.
Does anyone else get the nasty feeling that all of a sudden we've just discovered where all the nectar's coming from and being sent out?
Probably.
So wait, what? So I just got back. What's going on?
We just had a chat with some of the dock workers who point out that there's been a lot of cargo ships coming and going, and that it's kind of massively illegal that this place has armed guards, but nobody seems to be stopping.
Hmm.
The inference
Valuable
being
there.
somebody in power likes them, otherwise they'd have stopped them.
So somebody in power around here needs is probably in on the whole shindig. Pray, hopefully not a cultist.
Well, either that or Monty has good friends who are prepared to sort of help work around some restrictions.
Hmm. I mean, I would hate to do an assassination of Archduke Ferdinand here, but let's see. Is there anything that needs to be stealth at all? Stealth or sneaked? No. Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
Alright. Anything else you want to ask? Anybody else you want to ask around with?
I mean, unless we have any officials or politicians to ask about this man mount, too. But
It's like Dock Master.
Bad idea,
Or you can
yeah.
go off and look at the yacht. Or the house.
I mean, we can go by the dockmaster and take a look at and ask him if he's used his yacht. If the yacht is been used at all. It's not like there's a secret cove or something he's been going to or something. Bunch of fishermen he's been treating with.
Now you're just tempting fate.
Look, if we're going to the cove, I'm going to make sure I bring my shovel and my anti-venom, alright? Darkest Dungeon joke there.
So, you don't actually know where the yacht is at the moment.
We do or don't?
Certainly in a harbour.
You don't. There's a harbour, but it's not in there.
Oh.
So you search the harbour,
That's
but find no sight of the yacht, which is called the Elegance.
So he's either out using it right now, or it's parked at some private dock.
There's the dockmaster around. I'd like to talk to him, just sort of say, has he ever met, the owner of this yacht we've heard so much about? Just, try and sell it that we're interested in the yacht as a potential buy. Does the owner buy often? Speak. We've seen it in the harbour, that sort of. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, well, the owner of that yacht likes his secrecy. He is the same guy who owns the warehouse. So we're people are paid well to ignore comings and goings. So you're not likely to find anyone to talk for free.
Well, that sounds like a hint.
Credit rating spend, Gray?
Not a spend, actually, just a credit rating 3+, so yeah.
Okay. Somehow money appears.
Actually,
Word
credit
Bruce
rating
was
4+,
spoken.
but yes. Yeah.
You have this tin of if you basically have this tin of grease and you just open it up, like dollar bills just shoot out.
No. I have this guy who bribes people for me.
Bruce puts on his bribing hat.
He has a bribing suit.
Oh, see. Now, if I were the talkative type of person, which of course I'm not, I am one who can keep people's secrets nicely, I would know that the yacht is currently parked off the shore in a rather obtrusive place. It's rather interfering with the shipping lanes, and of course everyone grumbles about it, but no one gets anything done about it.
Okay.
But it's the same with the ships coming and going. The freighter Theseus is due in 3 days from Italy. And that'll be arriving at dock, and will any custom official set board of it? Of course they won't.
So he has a ship out and it's marking. He has a ship placed in an opportune
It's
place.
parked somewhere off the shore that's kind of blocking like the fishing lanes, and like other ships just getting in the way of all the other ships. But again, no one's asking you to move it.
Perhaps some enterprising, public-minded citizens should go out and move it somewhere else.
What
Reconnoiter
is
it.
torpedo?
What we're talking about is putting a bomb on his hull and then going on board to take a look around and then blowing it up as we leave.
You put the bomb on board after you've been on the thing.
No, you want to put it on before a while, because if you need a distraction, blowing up the ship is a great one.
While you're on it.
Yes, it gives you impetus to get off it.
What was the name of that freighter? Sorry.
It's a hard one to say. I'll copy it in. Sorry, these bits are like in different parts of the book, so there's lots of scrolling.
It's the worst.
Pelgrane is having this problem where they're putting everything everywhere, right?
Yeah. Versus?
Paizo? No, that's a different one.
Ursus?
The Catharsis?
No, that's what happens when we blow up his ship. Yes. Thyrsus, whatever. The Greek. Let's go with the Greek.
Thyrsus. It's
Thyrsus. Thyrsus. I've just checked with Google pronunciation.
Okay. And so when's the Thyrsus next due in then?
Oh my god. Oh fuck, that makes perfect sense, that name does.
What does?
Mm-hmm.
The Thyrsus is the staff of Bacchus. Okay, yes. Gotta love a bit of classical mythology with your murder cults, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Every single fucking murder cult, every single cultist head thinks he's a fucking clever dick, don't they?
Yes.
So when's the Thyrsus next due into the harbour then?
3 days.
Well, thank you very much for your time, sir. Sorry, I mustn't put on accents. That's terrible. Thank you very much for your time.
I can't resist it.
It was probably a stroke, to be honest.
A stroke of genius, a stroke of luck, or just a general stroke?
No. I smell toast. It's that kind of stroke. Mostly a joke. Thank you very much for your time, then. I suggest, once we're out of the Dockmaster's office, chaps, that we go out and have a little look at a yacht. Because he's not going to be on it if it's been parked in the middle of bloody nowhere for months on it.
Yeah.
Don't know what we can find on there, but something useful.
It's not like every one of those yachts could be dead and it's just floating derelict at sea. Parked at sea.
Well, I hope not, but, if they're all dead on board the boat, they can hardly stop us, can they?
Okay, yeah, we'll get our motor. I was gonna say a dumb question. Our motorboats a thing these days, but I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, they should be.
Yep, they were a thing in the First World War. They're definitely a thing now.
They're definitely a luxury item, though.
Yeah. But then again, credit 7.
Also, they're not very fast.
Yeah. All right.
Well, true.
So it says the characters can reach the yacht by a motorboat or rowboat, easily rented with a credit rating of 3+.
Wow,
All
they're
by
not even
swimming.
trying, are they?
It's a
You
court
expect
clue.
us-
They don't even want you to. Yeah, they don't try and stop you from getting to like places that have clues. All right. So, you're right. Are you just sailing straight up to the boat? You're going full like Black Ops. Paint yourself black.
I mean, is that necessary for disguise, conceal, or what?
Oh, that's interesting. The date is Monday.
Yeah, I've just activated the calendar.
Ooh. Very
Ah,
nice.
yes, the countdown
12
bar.
I'm saying,
12 and
I'm saying we should head out to the boat at night at least.
Three.
We head out to the boat at night. I will stealth on board. How big is this? Like, how large of a yacht are we talking here, Gray?
It's
I know
decent
my
size. It's kind of.
every
It's not
time.
especially. Here we go. It's not especially large. It's got 3 cabins, a galley, a sitting room, made out of gleaming light woods and white painted slats. There's more seating on the decks, fore and aft. Bridges on top and the engine accessible below doors of both aft and deck. Both in the aft deck and below decks.
Well, I come out and we scroll up to it at night. I stealth on board and I jump right on a rubber ducky.
Yep. All right. Roll me a stealth check.
I did. It's in chat already.
All right.
Rolled a 1. It's a 3. It's a 4. Anyway, that's when I started blasting.
So anyway,
Right.
after that,
Too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb.
Oh God, this is
Sneak.
Bill
Get
Cosby's
seen.
birthday.
Blast.
All right. The yacht is abandoned.
Oh.
So what you're saying is I threw.
Did someone
I-
put a bomb on it already?
Yes.
No, I mean not us.
All right.
Then maybe yes.
So picking through, Gatto. The first thing you
Yes.
notice is the bar is empty.
They took the booze.
Horror.
No,
They're not
they
coming
drank
back.
the booze.
They drank
It's
the
been drunk
booze.
down to nothing, but the unwashed glasses and mugs are scattered all across the place. And Herbert will notice that, yeah, these have all been used with alcohol.
I'm sorry.
All these glasses have had alcohol in them.
Okay.
Okay, let's just open my thing again. So I've got it in the right window. I'm having to move stuff between windows, it's annoying.
people had a lot of fun.
Fortunado,
Yes.
you notice there are mountings for paintings and prints on all the walls, but all of them are empty.
Something tells me this place got knocked over.
As you look closer, you notice that symbols are painted on the walls in an almost clear liquid, only visible at certain angles.
Wait, there are clear liquids on the walls where someone has took the paintings down.
Someone's drawn occult symbols in kind of clear liquid.
Would that be
You recognise them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you recognise them with your occult skill as symbols
Mhm.
against the as wards against witchcraft and magic.
So somebody thought there was bad juju going on here.
Yep.
Somebody may have had a point.
Well, you say clear liquid. Does it smell of alcohol or?
You need chemistry or pharmacy to look at that.
I have both. I have both, so it doesn't matter who takes it.
Nectar. You assume it's got that same musky smell.
Dang it.
Oh, they use nectar to dry it on the walls?
They've written occult symbols in nectar on the walls, and they would have been hidden by the paintings, but they've now gone.
Okay,
We
so that
shouldn't
means
be on this boat.
so they didn't draw it here. They literally they came in here after they were already here and they weren't drawn by the people. But this place got hit by pirates essentially.
Well,
We know that.
no.
I mean,
Someone
somebody
robbed it.
stole-
Yeah.
Someone
Or
robbed
they
it.
Drank all
picked
the
up-
booze.
Or they picked up and took all their shit with them. The yacht wasn't an option anymore.
Yeah, something happened and they abandoned the boat.
Right.
Is there among a number of dinghies or anything, Ray?
Dinghies.
Actually, are there lifeboats?
The lifeboats will
Lifeboats.
still be here.
Sorry, the
it just
lifeboat's
looks
still
like
attached,
it's not
or-
been abandoned. It's not been abandoned. It's just been left. So it's not been abandoned in a hurry. The closet in the main cabin, as you go around. So yeah, lifeboats and everything, like all the life rafts and flotation devices still there. But in the main cabin, it's got fine dresses, formal and casual.
So there was ladies were on this boat. A lady was on this boat as well.
Yeah. There's 2 guest cabins completely emptied. The galley's been cleaned. With the only thing left are a few of the popular novels, mostly romance and children's stories.
On
But
a
mostly
real fast on a hunch, can I take out the photo of the? Can I have the photo of that lady of the main guy and his lady, and then
Yeah.
check the dresses and see if any of them match the pictures her in the picture?
No,
Okay, nothing. Okay.
you can't, because you have nothing that will help you with that.
Okay. Can someone else do that?
Does anyone got anything that would you know about dresses?
No.
Gato, can you use
Sorry,
credit
about
rating
what?
to check this?
Probably not.
I have art, which
No.
I also have. Okay, so
I
nothing.
did not
here-
buy our anthropology.
You do actually have flattery, though.
I do have flattery.
Yep.
You're right.
And so
I have
when
flattery.
you look at them, you recognise them as top-tier designers from France, Italy, and America. And at the back of the closet is a guitar case.
We open the guitar case.
Yes, we opened the
There's a-
guitar case.
there's a
We're going to
well-made
regret
Spanish-
this.
There's a well-made Spanish guitar in there.
We take
It
we
is.
take the Spanish guitar with us.
Only if it's
Ding,
signed.
ding, 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 ding.
Perfect disconnect again.
Yeah.
And that would be about the point you hear the engines.
Excuse
A
me.
motorboat is approaching. And I think that's where
What
we'll
do we
find
do?
it.
Hide.
When it's roll
that's what
to launch a torpedo.
You don't have
Well,
torpedoes,
first
it's
we
not
have
that
to
big.
roll to build a torpedo.
Okay, what do I have to roll to build a torpedo?
First, you need to roll to build an explosive to attach to the torpedo.
That's
He
just
has one.
preparedness. Yeah, I have an explosive. That's not the problem.
He brought the bomb.
That's a good place to call it for the week. By the way, you failed your stealth roll. You got spotted by the watchers on the shore, and they sent a motorboat out to get you.
Deal with that next time.
Yeah, deal with that next time.
Yes.
But yeah, you're into Act 2. Congratulations.
Oh, we didn't die horribly
Yeah.
Yeah.
yet.
So what you're saying is I have a week to sell you in this torpedo plan.
You're
Yeah,
going to need more than that.
could be a bit of a hard sell, that one.
I'm kind of sad that I've failed that. Every single time I roll a stealth check, I get a 1.
Yep.
It's because you're too Bugsy Malone, man. You keep on opening up with, I could have been anything that I wanted to be, and that kind of gives the game away.
Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed that. See everyone next week.
See you next week.